Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Monday, February 8th, 2014. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and cold. I think it was actually like 65 last night. Doors open, windows open. Absolutely gorgeous. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com. Today's let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Today's I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career in the Fire and Rescue Department out of the great state of Florida. Today's 9 days later, got on the Big Bird, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday, and to my surprise, I am still here. I'm in my 8th year and trading Forex every day. Love the time zone, love the food, love the Asian people. It's just great. I live in a resort town, so it's a lot of fun. I've got friends all over the world. It's just absolutely amazing. Traders, I'm a technical trader. I love trading charts, price action, price structure, support, resistance. I do use 2 indicators depending on what instrument I trade. It's no secret I trade options in the New York session only for about 2 hours. But for Forex, I use harmonics, and on options, I use Ikimoku clouds. So I do use some indicators. They're not on my charts all the time, but when I find I need a little bit of edge and get some confirmation, I'll do throw them on the charts. I do use a couple of EMAs. I use a 255 and a 10 EMA on my charts. I do listen to fundamentals every day, all day. We're macro traders. You got to know what's going on around the globe. This is not just a one-way street. You have got to be really, really proficient with fundamentals. I don't trade the numbers. I don't trade fundamentals. I trade the result of the numbers in the fundamentals, and that means I trade about 45 minutes after the release and just see what happens and if it's going to continue in the trend and make sure everything's lined up, and that's how I trade. All right, that's enough about me. Let's keep the lawyers happy and let's get over to our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. That's probably the most important statement out of this whole thing. Money management is the key to being successful. Capital preservation and being able to trade tomorrow is what it's all about. Always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, news and commentary. Let's take a look at how the markets closed on Friday. Well, not too good, really. The Dow 30 was down negative 0.29%. The S&P 500 was down 1.85%. The NASDAQ was down 3.25%. And the small cap 2000 was down 2.61%. So not seeing a lot of nice stuff there. And the Eurozone doesn't look much better. The DAX closed 1.14%. The FTSE 100 closed 0.86%, and the CAC 40 closed 0.66%, and the Eurostock 50 out of Frankfurt closed 0.90%. Let's head on over to Asia, where I am sitting, and the Nikkei 225 is currently negative 0.17%. The S&P ASX out of Australia is currently negative 0.15%. The China A50 is negative 0.25%. The Hang Seng is positive 0.55%, and the Kospi is positive 0.85%. We come over to the economic calendar. Not a lot to talk about. In fact, it's a very, very, very slow day today in data releases. We have some medium impact housing starts out of Canada and building permits. And folks, that's about it on a Monday. So not a lot going on. This is a technical trading day, And that's okay. I like technical trading days. Makes it a little bit more interesting, and you don't get these bursts where it knocks you out of your positions. And that's been happening to me lately. I've had a couple of bad weeks. Well, it's just the way it is. It's only a cycle. It'll change. I have faith. I have confidence in my trading. So what do I expect is going to happen? Well, a lot went on last week. China going below the interest rates down. I'm sorry, the yen's bringing their interest rates down below zero. China's got its issues all over the place. They're just in a mess with the Mari retiring and Kuroda speaking like every day, saying they got stimulus packages. They don't have stimulus packages. Then I'm sorry, it was not China, was the yen that lowered their interest rates below zero. So, it's just what it is. And that's why it's so important to have a news feed. I don't care if you have to read it. I prefer to have one that speaks so I don't have to sit in front of a screen and read it all day long. So, if you can, they're out there. You just got to go look for them. And I pay good money for mine, but I've been with them for so long. And they're just good. They give you emails 3 times per session. They give you a market wrap-up, weekly wrap-up, forecast for the beginning of the week. It's just a great platform to get news and data. And they're very quick with the numbers, but that's not why I use them, because I don't trade the numbers, so it's not affecting me. But I think having a news feed is very, very important, especially with the sentiment of the market. Another trading room that I listen to, I'm not part of it. Actually, the London Chris, the guy who's in London, he uses Twitter, and I find that to be very helpful. Also, he follows like all these major news companies, and data comes out on Twitter quicker than it does anywhere else. You can get any data you want if you just follow some of these people and get some good stuff. All right, that's enough about me. I can't believe we're at 7.5 minutes already. Euro dollar, sideways. Look at this. Just absolutely sideways. Big red candle to the downside. I don't know. I don't think this is going to go up. You can see we're at the retest of the trend line I placed there. I'd like to get in this at 1.1136. I do see the 200, but you know what? We're in a wide open space there. There's no price action. I think it's going to go right through that, and we'll get out at 1.1027. I think this is a beautiful trade. It's probably the best trade out of the 6 that we're going to look at, and this is just a really nice trade if price action will work with us. And I would have to say, at this point, it's probably all about the dollar. We just have to watch the dollar really closely today, and there's many websites out there that if you don't have the dollar, you can get it. All right, here's a pound dollar. This is at a nice spot right here at the resistance point of the daily pivot point. We do have the 200 right below it. So let's go right below the 200, get a retest. 1.4492, we'll sell it. We'll take profit at the reversal pivot point at 1.4386. So that looks like a nice trade on the pound, and we're bearish, and you can see spatially that this is a bearish pattern, this bearish chart. So let's go. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. Aussie again is pulling its bearish moves here. This is twice now. It's really done some nice work here on the bearish move. I just like to get this a little bit closer to the 200. It's at the 23.6 Fibonacci that I placed on the chart. And we've got really nice resistance up there. We got the 200 and the daily pivot. So we got some nice resistance there. I think we can get a nice down move here. I don't think it's going to happen quick. I think it's probably going to be in the middle of the London session before we get our entry. But I do think we're going to get the entry, and I do think it's going to continue to the downside. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie, one of my favorite pairs. I'm just waiting for it to sort of formulate and do what it wants to do here. Now this I've got a trade plan here to take this to the upside. This has been bullish. And one thing about the Euro Aussie is when it is in its mode and it decides it's going to do what it's going to do, it usually does it for a while. And this to me, this looks like a pullback. We're at the 618. If it breaks below the daily pivot point, it's going to pop into the 50. So as close as we can get to 1.5664, I'm in. Let's go. We're going to take this all the way up. Boy, you guys haven't heard me talk about this in a while. The 161.8. That is the most valuable little trick right there on that Fibonacci at 1.5874. If you can place your fibs on your charts, and that's why I use reverse fibs when price is going down, because I want that 161.8 fib on my chart. I want to know where I want to take profit, right? Where do I want? What's my ultimate goal to take profit? And that's how we do it. We come all the way down there, and we or up there, and we just target the 161.8. Do we get there? Sometimes we don't. But at least we know where we want to go, and we got our directions. And just really nice. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand. Pretty sorry, had a big down day the other day, and that was poor data out of the U.S. That was NFP, wasn't it? So what happened here was the dollar dumped on NFP. They got, 150? And now we're going to just see if we can get this up to the daily pivot point. We'll just sell it. I'm not too confident in this pair today, especially that there's nothing to move it. And I know it's a commodity pair and it can move. I hope it moves. I love trading the New Zealand dollar. I call it the currency pair on volume, and we'll just take this to the downside. And the last currency pair today, my friends, is going to be the Euro Yen. Now, this is interesting little pair. Well, first of all, the chart is bearish, right? We have something in agreement. This is just a bearish chart. So I'd like to see this come all the way up to that 200 exponential moving average at 130.75. And we're going to take this all the way down to 130.08, which is the S1 pivot. And then, looks like a good trade. We're going to get a bounce at this daily pivot, folks. So don't get surprised if you come down from your entry and you get this daily pivot and it bounces. It's just going to bounce. So you're going to have to put a very, very intelligent stop on that trade. But, I think it's worth looking at. I don't think Kuroda and Abbey are very happy that their -0 interest rates didn't do a thing. I told you that last week. I said they're going to do this. Well, they did it, and it is not going to work. I've been looking at these screens for many years, and I don't think I've ever seen an intervention or a stimulus package or whatever you want to call it on the yen pairs, and they actually worked. I can't think of one, and I watched a lot of them. So, this is just going to end up back where it was, and the end's going to be stronger than they want and all that stuff. But it is what it is, what it is. All right, traders. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading. I want to thank you for joining me on a Monday post NFP sluggish numbers at 150. I'm sure they will be over 200. And we'll see how it affects the markets today. Can't wait for the New York Open. My time, that's about 11 hours away. So we're coming from Thailand, so we got plenty of time before the New York Open. All right, traders, you have a great trading day. Always remember to trade smart and not hard. Go out there and grab those profits. All right, traders, take care now. See you next time. Bye-bye.